Hi guys, and welcome back to another Way to Say podcast. And today I have with me a very special guest. He has won the CPL T20. He was a last-minute change into the final. He's played around the world in countless T20 leagues. He played in T10 leagues as well. He's played in the Pakistani league, the Big Bash, and he's made a name so far being fairly young into the new cricketing world. And this is going to be a very exciting episode. So stay tuned and we'll get straight into it with Phil Salt. I am here joined with Phil Salt, who has played with, if I'm correct, Sussex Strikers in the Big Bash League, the Barbados Tridents, which we added last, in that last final, really and truly, the Calanders in the T10 League, the Islamabad United in the Pakistani League. So, out of all those, which would you really say is which has been your most enjoyable, and which you've enjoyed the cultures and whatever it is?
Yeah, I'd say the most that I've enjoyed my cricket would be the Big Bash League. Grounds you get to play at. It's a good competition to be a batter. The wickets are always quite nice. Just everything that goes with it. They pump it up quite well. It's the closest thing you'll ever get to sort of playing like American sport while you're still playing cricket. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty good to be a part of it. Like when I was in Adelaide, you go around and they do stuff that you just don't get over here in other comps. Like your face will be on the side of a tram, or there's a local TV ads. You'll always be on them. So it's a different sort of platform you run when you're playing that comp. So that would be my favourite. But I love playing that final for Barbados and winning.
Mm-hmm. And even just speaking about that final with Barbados, I mean, a lot of people saw it. You really were unfortunately given out. But what really was going on in your head? Because I mean, from my point of view, it looked like you were setting back up to face the next ball, really and truly. But you just turned around and saw the umpire's hand up. So, what was really going through your head and the emotions, really and truly, at the time?
It was more shock than anything else because I've never been more confident going into a game of cricket. Because I sort of pride myself on being able to stand up and perform, when the pressure's on. I love playing under that sort of pressure. And I thought just coming in, getting straight off the plane, getting some kit together in a final, in a big game, CPL, I've always wanted to play in CPL, and even better, I'm playing for Barbados. I felt so free and I thought I was going to get runs. It was just a given. I thought I was going to get 70, bang a couple, everyone saying, oh, what a great addition he was. And then as soon as it came off the arm, I just... pure shock. You can't put words to it. Literally, and when I saw him put his finger in the air, I couldn't believe I'd come all the way to 3 balls or whatever it is that had been given out off my arm.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of really, really unfortunate. I mean, a lot of people weren't really everybody saw that it was not really out after the replay was shown over. And I mean, for me, I know the quality that you have, really and truly, because obviously I've known you for a number of years playing with Wanderers and many other stuff being here. You performed over the years as I followed you as time has gone on. So I was really looking forward to seeing you even really score a 80 or even more, as you said, a 70. But just sticking to Barbados, you not necessarily grew up here, but you spent a number of years here playing with Wanderers, playing with my brother, playing with a number of other persons, even your teammate now, Joshua Archer. Your time here, how was that from being here and then going back up to England? What was it like with the transition of cricket?
Yeah, well, when I moved out to Barbados, I loved it from day one. It's the best place you could possibly live. And you said, I do kind of, people ask me where I've grown up or whatever, I say Barbados, I'd love to move back there one day. It's so good. I was very lucky to play cricket with the people that I have. I've known Josh since I was 11, and now we're teammates at Sussex and hopefully England one day. So, it's been cool. I'm still in touch with everybody I used to play with out there, including your brother. We had some real good times. I remember your dad used to put games together. He used to get teams together, and every time I come back, if it was for a week or 2 weeks or a break from school, I'd be emailing your dad saying, "Have you got any games of cricket? You got any games of cricket for me?" And there'd always be a couple. English touring sides. So we normally get pretty good teams together for that. With me, Joff, Froggy would play, your brother, like Prime would play a few games. Like we had good teams.
Yeah, I mean that really must have been a really enjoyable time, and I expect that as time goes on that you will even come back to play in the CPL. Hopefully, fingers crossed that the CPL does happen this year, and that we can have a successful time. But even now that there is the break of COVID-19, how has that really affected you in training and all the social distancing and everything? And what's the next move in terms of cricket for you?
It's well, to be honest, I've taken it sort of, you can look at it two ways. You can say, oh, it's obviously, I'm gutted we're not playing, and I was in the best place my game has ever been before this break. So obviously I was gutted I can't sort of keep that momentum on, and if we had a full season, hopefully I would have made a pretty good push for the England T20 World Cup side. But we're not going to get a full season, so time's limited, and to be honest, I'm taking it as a silver lining that I get a bit of a break. I've not had a break for 24 months or so, and that I've been playing cricket the whole time. So I think more than anything, it's just a nice little break for a couple of months, and I can come back refreshed and build on that momentum that I had.
Yeah. Speaking about momentum, yes, you did say you have a really long break going at cricket for a number of times. You just came off the back of being in the final of a Big Bash League. I mean, unfortunately, you didn't come out on top, and then you had a successful Pakistani league. But even when you had a really, really memorable match in the Big Bash League, where you stood up and with your opening partner, and the two of you knocked off the runs in no time, and you had a half century in there. And I remember watching some of the highlights and seeing some of those big sixes. I mean, you have a lot of power, I'm not gonna lie. But where does, as you said, the Big Bash League can't really compare to a lot of other places, but as you got into the final, how did that really feel? Although you didn't go all the way and lift the trophy.
Yeah, no, it was great to play the Big Bash League. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and to be honest, I absolutely loved every single bit of the Big Bash. As I said, it's the most fun I've had on the cricket pitch. It's the most enjoyable. That game against Brisbane was good. I think that was actually a time where, as a side, we actually really came together and sort of says, we can make a real push for the finals at this point, because we got beat at the Gabba 2 days previous by the Heat, and it was quite a comprehensive beating. So to come back and answer in the way that we did, we thought as a side that showed a lot about us and our character. And we were hoping to go a bit further in the comp. Unfortunately, we didn't. We had a bit of a mare in our final game, but I guess that's sort of what happens. That's cricket. That's cricket.
Yeah. You've played a lot in T20 leagues for say, but you have 400s in first class cricket. So would you see yourself as strictly a T20 player, as in that's the region and the way and the path that you are really trying to focus on, as opposed to the test match or a one-day team?
Yeah, I think right now my strengths lie in my white ball cricket, but that's not to say that I'm not working hard at all forms. I work just as hard at my 4-day cricket as I do my T20 and 50 overs. And yeah, to be quite honest, at the moment I'm just focused on being a better all-round player. I'm not thinking too far ahead. I'm not thinking, I want to play these leagues, I want to do this, I want to do this. I'm just focused on getting better. And if I do that and I'm focused and I get everything else right, what will be will be. Yeah.
And just even straying away from cricket a bit, you recently had a post on your Instagram where you had you were holding a big fish. So, and I'm sure like many other persons as a cricketer, you played golf as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've played bits and pieces,
Yeah, so golf and fishing has been an event that's in your life for a long time now, or is this something that's recent?
Yeah, no, it's carp fishing's recent. My dad used to take me a lot when I was younger, but carp fishing's recent. It's quite different to the sort of stuff I used to do with my dad, like float fishing, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I caught 2 PBs this week. I got 2 personal bests. Nice big mirror carp that was just over 20 pounds, and a common carp which was about 23, 24. So that was good fun. I do that with one of my mates called Dan Darthwaite that plays for Glamorgan. You might have heard of him. But yeah, we just went up to, it was a place in Surrey. We love fishing, so we do that a couple of times a week, or we will be from now on. Golf, yeah, I like golf, but I get stuck in the same cycle with golf. I play well, I want to get better. I go out with high expectations. I don't practice enough, or I don't have enough time to practice enough to get really good, and then I lose interest in it. So it's like a cycle like that, and it just keeps going round and round.
Interesting. I just like some of the big names in cricket that you probably would have played golf with. I don't know, who among all the stars that you've played with a number of stars, even in Big Bash League, even CPL. Who would you really say has like been your favorite to play with, among like icons that you would have grown up watching?
To play with, there's been so many. I remember the 2011 World Cup final, England versus Australia. I remember at the end of that game, I had like Luke Wright and Mike Yardy signing stuff for me, and and I played with them at Sussex, and Yards was our batting coach for a while, and Wrighty, obviously I still open the batting with him. So that's pretty cool, playing with those guys. Playing against, it doesn't get better than AB. Playing against AB in the Big Bash was really good, and I even got a chance to have a chat to him after the game, which was really cool. So I'd say there's too many to really pick from, guys that I've played with, but AB is definitely one of the best that I've played against.
Yeah, for sure. I've watched AB a number of years, and I mean, I still can't understand how he is able to play some of the shots that he does. And I mean, you standing up in Big Bash League, being the wicket keeper, I mean, you're seeing everything from right behind the stump. So I mean, that really must have been something to really enjoy and witness, at least. But even speaking about Sussex, as you did, how did you really get into playing for Sussex? And you've played now, you've done well for them in the T20 league as well, for them. Yeah. But how is that really going for you?
Yeah, it's going good. To be honest, talking about growing up in Barbados, I never sort of expected to leave Barbados. And I was happy there playing my cricket. At one point playing for the West Indies was what I was looking at, is what I wanted to do. But I got this great opportunity in England that I couldn't really turn down, and I got the chance to go over to Leeds in Surrey and play for them. I couldn't get in the Surrey setup. Had a pretty strong year at that point, and they'd had guys that they've had for a few years, like coming through the system. So it wasn't really a space for me. But then coming to the end of my schooling, I got a chance to play for Sussex second team, and I got a couple of runs, and they said, here's an academy contract for 1 year, and then after that 1 year, they gave me another 1 year academy deal. And then I got a junior pro deal the next year and signed on as an apprentice.
Yeah, that must have been really, really interesting. I have a question from one of my current teammates, at least. You would have played against him when you came back down in a tour, but you demolished us at YMPC.
I remember that game.
Yeah. He's asking about if you really remember that game from 2014. He says at YMPC, and how that really was.
Yeah, I remember that game. I remember I didn't think I was going to get a bat. I think you guys must have got 200. Am I right? Or 240?
I really can't remember. That was a couple really long time ago now, and I played a lot of cricket matches since.
Yeah,
so I can't really remember.
If I remember, got 240, and our openers set about it pretty well, and I was batting middle order that game.
Yeah, I remember.
And I came in, I think I got 67 quite quickly.
Yes, I remember.
I remember 67 out, and I remember at one point I realised there was no third man. and I'd never practiced a shot before in my life, but I just thought, you know what, I'll just try and little reverse lap it down there, and it came off.
Yes, I remember that very, very funny.
Yeah.
And I was standing at point at the time, and I was shocked. I could not believe that you hit that shot. And I had to just watch it all, because I mean I know that you have the ability, but to see it really and truly just doing it after just whacking us all over the ground, it was astonishing. But yeah, even just taking it back to England side of it, you did make, when you made your first 100 and in both T20 and first class cricket, how did that really feel?
Yeah, no, there's nothing better than getting 100. You know, if you can name me something better in life than getting 100, I'll be shocked, because there really is nothing better. But the most rewarding hundreds I found have come in, you know, the longer form of the game, where you've had to bat a bit longer, and you know, guys have bowled well at you, and you know, you've had a bit of luck, or you might not have had a bit, you know, whatever it goes. You asked the question earlier about long form versus short form. I love the long form. And you know, for me, there's nothing better than getting runs in that long form.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is Phil Salt, guys. I'm just gonna wrap it up here now, because I think he might be a little bit busy, and as he is, you know, dealing with all the COVID stuff and what's not. So I'll just wrap things up here. I mean, is there anything that you want to like promote, or anything like that right now?
No, nothing right now. Just everybody who listens to this, keep staying safe, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, and yes, truly do please stay safe out there when there's this going. Please subscribe, comment down below for any other questions for Phil, and maybe he'll even look at them, hopefully. Hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in another video.